the man who survived 438 days adrift in the open ocean. A fisherman named Salvador Alvarenga left the coast of Mexico in November 2012 for what was supposed to be a one-day fishing trip. His companion was a young man named Ezequiel Cordoba, just 22 years old, eager to learn the trade. A sudden storm struck with terrifying force, waves swallowing their 25-foot fiberglass boat and killing the engine. Before they could reach shore, the current dragged them into the vast emptiness of the Pacific Ocean. They had no radio, no flares, and no shelter, just a small ice chest with a few liters of water, some raw fish, and a bag of tortillas. Days turned into weeks as they drifted, surviving on raw sea turtle blood and the occasional bird they caught with their bare hands. Ezequiel grew weaker each day, his body unable to digest the raw food, and after 4 months, he died in Salvador's arms. Salvador covered his friend's body with the tarp and stayed beside him for 6 more days before the sun and salt forced him to let the corpse go into the sea. He was completely alone in the world, floating on a boat with no engine, no land in sight, and no reason to believe anyone would find him. He drank turtle blood and his own urine to survive, eating raw fish and even the scales when he could catch nothing else. Sharks circled constantly, and he fought them off with a plastic scoop, screaming at the ocean until his voice vanished. He began talking to himself and to Ezequiel's ghost, creating entire conversations just to keep his mind from collapsing. The sun burned his skin so severely that his arms and face peeled in thick layers, revealing raw flesh beneath. He watched hundreds of cargo ships pass on the horizon, and he swam toward them in desperation, but none ever saw him. 14 months into his drift, he spotted a small island and cried with joy, only to discover it was uninhabited and offered no fresh water. He considered ending his life, holding a knife to his throat for 3 hours before a single bird landed on the boat and broke the trance. On January 30th, 2014, after 438 days adrift, ocean currents pushed his broken boat onto the remote Marshall Islands. 2 locals found him stumbling ashore, covered in algae, wearing only torn underwear and barely able to stand. They gave him fresh coconut water, and he later said it was the first time in over a year that he remembered what joy felt like. Doctors who examined him said it was medically impossible for a human to survive such conditions for that duration. Doctors who examined him said it was medically impossible for a human to survive such conditions for that duration. Salvador Alvarenga returned to Mexico and reunited with his teenage daughter, whom he had last seen when she was a child. When asked how he survived, he simply said he promised his friend's ghost that he would live long enough to tell the world their story.
If this story impacted you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Impact Stories today for more powerful real-life stories. See you in the next story.